Kind of cool. Yeah, you're right. Old barn. I'm out here on the golden side of Lake Holbrook, in between Mineola and Golden, looking for something older than the lake. The lake they started construction on the lake in 61, finished it in 62, but in the late 50s is when they were procuring the land for it. And things were a lot different out here before this lake was here. Things have always been different as the years go on, you know, things just change. Things get left behind, forgotten, and then there's a weird juxtapose. That's what we're up to this morning. We're looking for that strange juxtapose of the past and the present. There we go. There's the side view of that old barn. All right, I gotta get up here and make a right. $22.97 is what we're looking for. This one right here. Cardwell Cemetery is what's down here. Not sure how old it is because we don't know. I couldn't find anyway. The first internment, probably about like 1882, 1884 is what I would say. Over 140 years old. Well older than the lake. But I'm not quite sure where it's at down here. I know it's on the right. I think it's after this curve because I've seen a picture and you can see the lake through the trees. This didn't look like this over 140 years ago. A lot of changes. So I'm just gonna coast through here so we get an idea of the neighborhood that this African American cemetery is in. I'm keeping my eyes open too because I'm not 100% where it's at. There's no street view on this road. I was reading that little African American cemeteries like this from the pioneer days, because this is what's up. It's a pioneer cemetery. I was reading that they're rare, but I don't have any metric to put that to. But a long time ago, in the 1800s, black people and white people weren't buried together down here. But eventually they were, but still segregated, and then things got better and then there was no segregation. So there you go. There's the backstory of why it is. And where it is, I have no idea. There's no pin drops for this. There might be an address listed for it, but I didn't see an address everywhere I read about it. You can kind of figure out where it is when you look at the satellite. But yeah, look, chickens. It's between, must be between some houses. I think it's a little further down. This is just a quiet lake neighborhood is what this is. Wow, I was hoping that it would be right there because I thought that's where it was. Unless I missed it. On satellite, there's a pull-off, dirt pull-off for it. And I don't know if there's signs or anything like that. I didn't see a sign up at the road that said there was something historical down here. So I think we found it. I'm not sure if I have found it. I hear somebody saying private property. I thought I heard that, right? Into the road. Hey, what you doing? You look happy. So yeah, I rode down to the end of the road, and then I came back. I was kind of looking around because I thought I heard someone yell private property at me from that direction when I was first here. You know, what's interesting is there's absolutely no signage anywhere to tell you what's here. But when you get here, this is crazy. I decided to get off the bike and just walk in and grow a pair, and then I stopped and I was like, wait a minute, looky here. So all these flags have been written on. This one says Sallie Moore, born the 15th of June 1859, died 8th of October 1898. So I got a little nervous when I thought I heard someone yell private property at me. And I was like, oh my goodness. Is it? It's not. This is supposed to be on the historical register, Tennessee Cardwell. So it's hard to get good info online about Cardwell Cemetery. Born the 3rd of June 1849, died the 3rd of June. He died on his birthday, year 1900. Crazy, Tennessee, crazy. So there's I think the flags over on the other side of the opening have writing on them too, but this one is Mandy Cardwell, born 1844, died February 7th, 1885. Sallie Ann Moore, born the 15th of June 1859, died 8th of October 1898. Here's another one. This one just says Tom Griffin Sr. Some genealogists got out here and did this. Maybe the flags that we see on the wires, maybe that has something to do with figuring out what's going on here. Marianne Campbell, born November 26, 1888, died 19th of October 1895. This isn't even on Google Maps. I just happened to, through research, figure out that it was here because I'm always researching the local history. Anthea May Garland, born the 14th of May 1916, died the 26th of March 1948. So I discovered that this existed when I found a clerical error about another local cemetery where it was listed as an African American cemetery, but it's not. And I was, why is that? And then this is one of the possible reasons for that, is because it's so close to here and some other things. People just marked it as that without really figuring out. But I'm glad that I found my way here because there's not much here. We will try to find something. Eddie Houston, born 1869. Don't know when he died. Let's see. Yes, I'm gonna read every flag if I can. This one just says Crawford, born in 1855, died the 7th of April, 1937. This has a little something. This one just says Renee right there. All right, we got Cecil Adams, born January 9th, 1912, died 27th of June, 1945. Mary, we got Mary over here. Mary Winnie McGee, born the 5th of December, 1888, died the 14th of September, 1905. Still not quite sure what would make it rare. Maybe if it was in pristine condition, maybe that would be rare. But apparently a lot of these black cemeteries got forgotten. As you can see, just looks like a wooded area someone's clearing out to build on. Age, other things happen, you know, gets abandoned. But this one has suffered a lot of vandalism. There's a lot of unmarked graves is what I was reading. I'm walking around and I think I see 1 and 2, but I also see places where they may have dug. And these flags here, these orange flags, I think these are indicating burials possibly. There's only a few tombstones left in here. Maybe some got damaged, or you know, there's no info on them. And I was reading, you know, a lot of them got stolen. In loving memory of Rosie Lee Griffin, April 8th, 1888, February 15th, 1960. There's Ira. Ira Griffin. Wow. Veteran. 1958. I was reading that the last internment here was 1958. But Rosie Lee over there looks like she came here in 1960. Rena McGee, born March 15th, 1854, died March 10th, or does that say 16? 1918. I'm trying to read this right here. I'm pretty sure that is a marker. There's an orange flag next to it anyway. I wonder if there's ideas about moving this or not. Imagine coming all this way, end up living on the lake, and then they want to wake you up and make you move. It's another marker. I think it would be bad form to move this to put up another lake house. It cost a lot of money too. I mean, it's not out of the question. Cemeteries have been moved before. This one says mother. So there's a stone with a flag, but that looks like a natural stone, but there's a stone with a flag again. And then you get another stone, that's a marker. And here's a stone. The stones are kind of in line with each other. I don't know if people back then, around the turn of the century, late 1800s, I don't know if they were trying to move out to the lake in their older years, but they have achieved it. The lake moved out here to them. I think it's a pleasant place to be. This one's broke up. There's quite a few in here. Yeah, look, people come in here and did all this work. See, they're in line with each other. Wow. I've read that sometimes this is so overgrown you can't get in here, but yeah, I've read a lot of disparaging things about this one. This one apparently just wasn't taken care of for the longest, like totally forgotten. And it looks like people are in here doing stuff where they were. Question though, on my mind is, why is there not a historical plaque? Seems like a good place to have one. It would explain a lot of context, but let me tell you, I've been researching this one for like 2 weeks, and I can't figure the whole story out. So all these people were just outside Golden. Some may have lived out this way. They had a church. I couldn't find the name of the church. Church was just outside of Golden. The name of this cemetery has not always been as cut and dry as Cardwell, but Cardwell, as you saw, that family's in here, and that name was on the deed, so that's how we have that name now. But this has had 2 other names. We'll start with the one that sounds like a kung fu movie from the 70s or 80s, the Golden Negro Cemetery. And then it became the Golden Black Cemetery, like officially. Like, you can find it listed as that, but it is the Cardwell Cemetery. If nobody cared, if nobody came out here to make a video about it or answer questions, this wouldn't look like this today. I mean, look, the flags, what a cool touch. It was so touching. It looks like people are working. Well, why are they here doing it? Are they trying to figure out who's here? Are they trying to get a story to tell? Or is it like my worst nightmare? I'm standing on private property because someone wants to put a house here. I don't think so. I doubt it, but it's happened before. old cemeteries getting moved for stuff. All right. Wow. You know what would be cool? If the lot the cemetery is on went all the way to the water. It does not. But it is pretty cool. A cool place to end up. Because when they first ended up here, there was just a creek or two going through down there. And now they got a good view. Yeah, you're right. I am tired and ready to get back up to the house. Thank you for watching and all that good stuff. And I will see y'all next time.